All right, go ahead.
All right, Coach, 11-game win streak for this team, a huge 7-0 sweep over UAFS. Moving to 3-0 in conference play, talk about your team's just overall, all-around dominating performance.
I think that the match on Saturday against Fort Smith, again, a good team win for sure. Got Alex, got to go out there and play singles. She played amazing. The doubles point was pretty clean as well. I think we were definitely riding some confidence from the day before the win over Cameron. Because I had done a real deep dive on Fort Smith, and they had been extreme. I mean, the record's not great, but they had some extremely close matches against some very good teams, and I knew that they were, going to fight, and they had some really, tough players. We definitely had to pick ourselves up after. We had to get refocused after the Cameron match because that was big, to get that one and then to have to turn around 24 hours later and play Fort Smith. Sometimes that can be like a little bit of a trap, but they handled it really, really well. Doubles was great. Most of the matches got off pretty clean, so really, really happy, with that one. So really all around good weekend.
And then we kind of just mentioned it, but this week, 2 back-to-back top 20 road matches. Number 5, Midwestern seems to be more dominant in the singles, and 19, LCU. They're struggling a bit to open LSC play. Are y'all focusing on anything specific with those 2 different programs, or just staying inside what's going on with y'all's team?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be tough matches for sure. Midwestern State they've had, I think, maybe three top 5 wins. They've played a really, really tough schedule. I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. Their number 1, 2, and 3 are just very, very good. I think the doubles point is going to be huge. I believe historically Midwestern State's a pretty good doubles team. They have lost some doubles. They've lost some matches as a team where they've won the doubles point, and then they've won some matches as a team where they've lost the doubles point. So, I think one thing that Scott's good at is getting his team, back refocused after losing the doubles point. When that does happen, they did that against us last year. I think 100% we have to focus on going out there and starting off on winning the doubles against both teams. If we get that done, that obviously helps. By no means does it make things a guarantee, but it does help to get the doubles point. And I think we have our doubles teams playing really, really well right now. So they're going to be tough being on the road for sure. We have not. I have not even been to Midwestern State or LCU yet, so we'll see what those what the conditions are like there. But I think they're going to be just very, very tough matches. LCU had their number 1 from last year wasn't in against us, and it looks like she's back now. They're going to be tough. I think 1, 2, 3. Really their whole lineup is pretty solid. And Midwestern State, the same. There's no easy outs. It's just like it was against Cameron. I mean, there's not going to be any easy wins. I mean, could be a 3-4 hour match against Midwestern, and then we're gonna have to drive over to Lubbock and pick ourselves up. Win or lose, we're gonna have to be refocused 24 hours later to play LCU. So it is a big weekend for us. I mean, like we don't talk a whole lot about looking ahead or individual matchups or anything like that, but there's just no way to avoid the fact that we're gonna have to really be prepared for this weekend. There's a lot of other tough matches after this one, so by no means is this just we get to take a deep breath after this weekend, because it's going to continue to be very difficult. But I think everyone's really excited to get back out there. I think this team definitely thrives on competing, and so it's going to be definitely, I think it's going to be a battle both days this weekend.
Let's go back to your ranked win last week. Cameron ranked number 24 in the nation. You talked to us last week about how that was the matchup that was making you nervous. That was going to be the hard one. Got the hard-fought victory at the end, 4-3 on that one. But just go ahead and give me your thoughts on how the ladies handled playing higher level of competition.
Yeah, I mean, the doubles point was not easy, but it was relatively like straightforward. I mean, if we did the things that we typically do at all those spots, I thought we would be able to have success there, and we did get all the doubles matches. So that was huge. And then, the way it turned out, I mean, I was just very, very impressed with Jessica Lee at 3. The girl she beat, I think she won maybe 6-2, 6-1, and that girl was top 5 in the region in the fall. That was a huge win for her to get off quickly. Christine, again, just an incredible match for her, getting off quickly as well. So we got to 3-1 pretty quickly. And then the other 3 matches that were still going were very, very tight. And then Letitia was able to close out in straight sets. Cameron's number 1, who she's one of the top players in the conference and region and has been for the last 3 years. And Letitia was actually down 5-1 in the breaker. She's down 5-1 and 6-2 in the breaker. And she just fought and scrapped to get back and to close that one out in straight sets, because if that would have gone 3 sets, a lot of things could have gotten real scary. And so when we closed it out 4-1, that was great. We could have won 6-1. I mean, we had chances to win those last 2 that were still going. Eva lost in a 10-point breaker for the third after it was clinched. Ida lost in a very tough 3-set match. So, I mean, I told the team afterwards, I was like, we could have won that 6-1, but we could have lost that 5-2. I mean, because it was very, very competitive, at every single spot. So, I mean, that felt really, really good to get that win. I think that's, at least as far as ranking purposes, that's gonna be a win that's gonna help us throughout the rest of the season when it comes to ITA rankings and regional rankings once those start coming out. So that was a big win for us, and again we had to to refocus to be able to play Fort Smith again the next day. So yeah, that was a great win for us. We had a great crowd out there, ton of support from other coaching staffs. We had basketball team out there, men's and women's. Baseball players, football players. We have a great crowd on Friday, which was really huge and really helped a lot. So yeah, looking forward to the next time we get to play at home in a couple weeks against St. Mary's. But really, I mean, getting that win, against Cameron was huge, I think, for our confidence and to kind of remind ourselves of what it's like to be in a battle like that, because I would imagine that's exactly what the matches are going to be like this weekend.
So that leads me into my final question. Do you think that, expand on that a little bit, do you think that winning a close match like that, where you had to basically battle the entire time, is going to help you out on the road this next weekend? Yeah,
I mean, I think that, the Midwestern State is just so tough at 1, 2, 3 singles. They're not weak anywhere else, but 1, 2, 3 singles, they're very, very good. And so, when you kind of break it down, if you can win the doubles point, then you look at your top 3, and then your 4, 5, and 6. So between any of those, the top half and bottom half, if you can get 2 out of the 3 in one of them, you only got to get 1 out of the 3 in the other one if you get the doubles point. So, I mean, I think that definitely the level of Cameron's 1, 2, and 3 is similar to Midwestern's 1, 2, and 3. And so, I mean, I think hopefully we prove to ourselves that we can be at that level and get wins against players of that caliber. So yeah, I mean, it's being on the road always adds a little bit of element of difficulty. I think everyone felt really, really good to get that win, both wins this weekend. We're undefeated at home over the last 2 seasons, and so yeah, I mean, I would imagine that you're going to have both Midwestern and LCU's men's teams there making noise and making it a difficult environment for us to play in. Weather looks like it's okay. I'm sure it'll be windy a little bit in both places. So it's just going to be a tough battle. I mean, I think that if we can go out and get the doubles point in both matches, then that definitely shifts the chances for us to come away with the team match in our favor. And we have been playing really well in doubles. So yeah, I mean, anytime you can win, especially against a team as good as Cameron, that should give you some confidence going forward. But we just got to take each match one at a time, because they're even though the level is similar, the way in which those players play is a little bit different. So we're gonna have to be sharp. We're gonna have to be on our game, and we're gonna have to be really energized and enthusiastic to come away with matches this weekend. So get back to work here in a couple hours and get out there and see how everyone's looking and get ready for it.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.